So, hello, this is Scholar Strife. This is Unit 7.3, Algebra 1. Define and use zero and negative exponents. So in the previous video, I mentioned that anything to the zeroth power is 1, and that is what this is saying. I can take 3 to the zeroth power, and that would be 1, 5 to the zeroth power, a million to the zeroth power is 1. Now, why is that? Let's take a look here. Why does this work like that? So let's look at powers of 3. We have 3 to the first. Let's make some more space here. Oops. How do I get my notes? There we. Oops. Okay. Let's do 3 to the first. That's 3. 3 squared, again, is 3 times 3, which is 9. And 3 cubed is times another 3, and that's 27. So as we go up, if we go to 3 to the fourth, we multiply by 3. Okay? Now what if we wanted to go backwards? So if we started at 3 cubed, we get to 27. 3 squared is 9. So how do we get from 27 to 9? When we're going down, we divide by our base, which is 3. So 27 divided by 3 is 9. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And then when we go down to the 0th power, we're just going to divide again, and we'll get 1. So that is where the 0 rule comes from. And now you might be thinking, what if we have negative numbers? So let's keep going. So if I go down more, I'm going to continue this same pattern. Divide by 3. So this is 1 divided by 3. So that is what 3 to the negative first is, just 1 over 3. And if I keep going even more, this is 3 to the negative second. So I divide by 3 again. So 1 divided by 3 is the same thing as 1 divided by 3 times 3 here. So this is 1/9. So let's compare another thing in these notes, or this little page here. Actually, let's get rid of this now. Let's look at 3 squared and 3 to the negative second. 3 squared is 9, and 3 to the next second is 1 over 9. So notice how it's just flipped. And that's what this second rule here is. If you have a negative exponent, let's say 5 to the negative 3, that is the same thing as 1 over 5 to the positive 3. And vice versa. If you had 1 over 6 squared, that's the same thing as 6 to the negative 2. Alright. So this is all the properties we have. If we're multiplying with the same base, we add the exponents together. If it's an exponent to an exponent, we multiply. If we have multiple bases to the exponent, then we distribute the exponent. And then if we have division going on, we subtract the exponents. And then same thing, if we have division, we can still distribute the exponent to both values. Alright, so let's simplify the expression here. 2 to the negative 3 is the same thing as flipping it over the fraction bar and making the exponent positive. So 1 over 2 cubed, which is 1 over 8. Part B, negative 10 to the 0th power times 3. So negative 10 to the 0th power is 1, and then 1 times 3 is 3. Alright, so I'm going to distribute this negative 3. So this is 1 to the negative 3 over 4 to the negative 3. Okay, I can use the fact that I can flip it over. So 4 to the positive. So if you have a negative exponent in the bottom, you can flip it back up to the top. And then this is the 1 to the positive cube, or 1 to the positive 3. So that's 4 cubed, which is 64, and 1 cubed, of course, is 1. So 64. 0 to the negative 7. So remember, we just flip it over the fraction, and we get 1 over 0 to the positive 7. This is undefined. Not divided by 0. Undefined. Simplify the expression. 1 over 8 to the negative first. So this is... So you don't really have to distribute to 1 because, you know, 1 flipped over is just 1. So, but just to make sure that we know what we're doing, this is 1 to the negative first over 8 to the negative first. We're going to flip them. So 8 to the first over 1, so this is 8. Okay, this is 1 over 3 to the negative second, so I'm going to flip it over. This is 3 squared over 1, so 9. Okay, let's do some more. So negative 5 times negative 5, or wait, this is negative 5 to the 4th times negative 5 to the negative 4th. So this is 4 plus a negative 4. So this is negative 5 to the 0, which is 1. Okay, negative 5 to the negative second to the negative second. So this is negative 2 times negative 2, which is negative 5 to the positive 4, which will give us 5 times 5 is 25, times another 5 is 125, times another 5 is 625. Alright, part C. 1 over 4 to the negative second. That gets flipped over to 4 squared, which is 16. Alright, 3 squared. So we have 3 squared over 3 to the negative 1. So we subtract. So that's 3 to the 2 minus 1, which is the same thing as 3 2 plus 1. 3 to the 2 plus 1, which is 3 cubed, which is 27. Alright, so 6 to the negative 1 minus another 1, which is 6 to the negative 2, which is the same thing as 1 over 6 squared, which is 1 over 36. Alright, 5 to the negative 1 to the 2. That means we multiply. So this is 5 to the negative 2. So this is equal to 1 over 5 squared, which is 1 over 25. Alright, let's mix in some letters into this. Okay, 2w to the negative 3 times x. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute this 2 on the bottom here. So I have 2w to the negative 3 times x on top. And then I have 2 squared w to the... Oh, yeah. Okay, w squared x squared. Okay, now we're going to apply all our rules here. So this is 2 to the 1 minus 2. W to the negative 3 minus 2. X to the 1 minus 2. Okay, so I'll have 2 to the negative 1. W to the negative 5. And x to the negative 1. Okay, so all these negatives we'll go all the way to the bottom. So we have 2 to the first, w to the fifth, and x to the first on the bottom. Alright. Simplify the expression. So 6 divided by 2. So remember, we can just do 3. F to the first minus 2. G to the negative 4 minus 1. So this is 3f to the negative 1, g to the negative 5. So we're going to get, my thing seems to be busted. Let me see if I can fix it. There we go. So 3 stays up top. And everything that's negative is going to go in the bottom. So f to the first, g to the positive 5, and that's our answer. Part B, I'm going to apply this negative squared to everything. So 3 to the negative 2, y to the negative 2, and z to the 2 times negative 2. So all these are going to become negative. So this is going to be everything over 1. So 3 squared. Let's go ahead and speed up a little bit. 3 squared is 9. And then we have y squared. And then z to the negative 4, which drops down here and becomes positive 4. And that's our answer. Hopefully, this helped you out. Have a good day.